I do have someone now whose name I'm not going to mess up.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I love you.
Take it away.
Here's what we have today. This is a partner over at TechCXO. It's Mike. Oh, I almost had it. Wait a minute. Let me do this.
Come on, you have to take a
I was
stab.
so close.
He's so sweet.
Buczkowski. I mean, that's who it is.
Come on, you knew that. I
That's
wrote that
awesome.
down. I was going to do a great job because I was going to say the same. Buczkowski.
Yes,
But what he
it's a
does-
very Chicago name. Come on.
Chicago.
Listen, if you're not Sanchez, Mina, or Garcia, I'm going to mess it up. Sorry. Just full disclosure.
Mike, welcome to the show. We're
Thank
so
you.
happy that you're
Thank
here.
you.
It's a Chicago name. It's a Chicago show. Tell us what you're doing right now with like the C-level executives.
Well, what we specialize in is helping mid and small businesses to try and grow. And we would really focus on providing them financial service support, technology support, and marketing and sales support. In our country, the small business sector really drives our economy. And they don't get the focus from the McKinseys and the Accentures. And that's why we're out there helping the owners of these businesses grow their business to employ more people and to create taxes and wealth for their organization.
And it's a lot of startups as well. When you're actually meeting with these people, they don't actually get a foot in the door if they go to Accenture. So tell them how you actually provide a service that a lot of people, they can't get.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, we're working with Workbox, which is one of the new workspaces here that just opened. And what we do with Workbox is twice a week, we'll go in there and put a desk out with our staff, and then we'll advise the companies that are there as to whatever their business problems are. And we do this for free to help them grow.
He sets up a table and people come up to him with problems. This is like something that I wanted to do in college with just people just coming up to me with problems. It was just a failed experiment, so more power to you.
Yeah, and we just had Workbox on last week, right?
It was
Or 2
really
weeks
great.
ago?
Yes.
And they're an awesome upcoming space. So glad to hear that you're working with them.
Well, one of the problems a lot of startups have is the biggest cost they have is the real estate. And so the Workbox and WeWork and all these places, that strips a lot of the cost out so a lot more businesses can get started, which then ultimately leads to more success.
Right. That makes perfect sense.
They're co-working spaces, correct? It allows you to actually have a good address, a main street location, but not pay the big bill, and you'll actually help them with some of these types of things.
Exactly. And then the other thing is you don't have a long-term contract. So if they need to adjust on the fly because their business didn't grow as fast as they needed to, they can do that in a place like that. Whereas if you rent space at a traditional facility, you're going to sign a lease for 5 years or 3 years, depending on what the term.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. Tell us one of the things that a company that you just worked with that you helped them overcome, something that our listeners could say, oh, I absolutely get it, because we're hearing it, but it seems a little bit abstract, right? So it's helpful for us to really say, this is what I do. So tell me one of those things that we really did.
One of the
Carla
things
wants
that
to know.
I do.
No matter
Yeah.
what the business is today, they really need to be in the digital media sector. And there's so many people out there that don't know what they're doing at the early stage side. And then as they get bigger and have money, they tend to misspend their money. So as an example, y'all have probably heard of Salesforce, right?
Yes.
Salesforce is actually a very good product, but it is a product for a large corporation. And you have small companies buying this product, and it's too expensive, and it's too hard for them
I
to use.
agree because it's so expensive for me. And I feel, right?
Yes.
No, I seriously, with CRMs and client contact, and in order for us to stay organized, we use these CRMs, but, there's 4 people on my team, and it's like,
Well,
we don't
and-
have 200 agents.
And
like
what we do is advise, because there's things out there like Agile CRM and even HubSpot
this
where they
down.
have CRM for free.
What?
So they have for
I love
startup
free.
companies where there's free products out there, and we advise these companies how to use these tools and put them in place so they can actually do things that the big companies are doing on social media and Facebook and all those things like that.
I love that. I just made notes on that so that I can go home and Google it. I don't know if you guys did.
It's super cool that you say that, Mike, especially because I think that a lot of people look at a consultant like, is my business the right fit for a consultant? I mean, I have this great idea on how to be an entrepreneur and how to bring in business and, cultivate brand awareness and all that good stuff. And we're all on social media. But then how do we start investing in order to get our business to that next level? Like, and what is the right size of a company that you'd be able to help?
Well, we can help any size company, but typically what happens is once a company starts to hit about $5 million, they need to get access to capital. And most people that own companies are not financial people, so they don't know how to run their books. And whether they go to a bank or go to the capital markets, if their books are not aligned properly, they will not get the money. And 50% of small businesses go out of business within the first 5 years because of that reason.
Yeah.
And so that's where we step in and help people, is to get their books aligned, put a plan together as to where they're going to use the capital. So then whether they go to a bank or some other capital source, they get approved to be able to get the money they need to grow.
Great stuff.
Mike, tell us where we can find you. Everyone that's listening, they want to know.
Well, right now we're doing work out of Workbox 2 to 3 days a week. The rest of the partners, we have 6 partners in Chicago. We all work out of our homes. We're headquartered in Atlanta, where we have 38 people down there, and we have 100 people around the rest of the country.
Before you go, I want you to plug the event that's coming up. It's on September 26th. Tell us about that event. Is it at the same location?
It's at Workbox. It's September 26th. The topic is how to drive value in the next downturn. So we'll be talking about how small businesses stay alive during the next recession, which will happen at some point in time.
And you have a website or Facebook account, or how do people look you up?
We have a website. It's www.techcxo.com. And then we also, with Workbox as well as with Appointment IQ, they have stuff up. And Tony P is sponsoring the event with us.
Love it. So you don't have one of those cool numbers text here, and I'm on the list.
No.
You got to get with Ken.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
That's because it's hard to say TechCXO. Like, how would you say that?
Right, or you could say Buczkowski. Mike
Yes.
Buczkowski.
Whoa!
Look at that. Where did I get my citizenship?
Mike, thanks so much for coming in. It's been great to have you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for
Appreciate
being
it.
here.
Have a nice evening.
Too much fun.